Hey AfterBuzzers, you're tuned into the SNL AfterBuzz After Show. We're talking about Don Cheadle hosting and Gary Clark Jr. being the musical guest. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, we're back. Thanks for tuning in, AfterBuzzers. I'm your host, Kelly McInerney. We're going to break down the SNL episode sketch by sketch. Amy's going to do her special segment, and we're going to talk about it. Speaking of Amy, here she is, Amy Maestri.
It's me. It's me, guys.
It's you. Steph is out on assignment.
Yes, important assignment. We have a big research topic for her, undercover even. So
You can't even know about it.
yeah, shh.
Yeah. So Don Cheadle, Gary Clark Jr. What'd you think? Like overall?
I was super excited for Don Cheadle, and I feel like it was a very one-toned episode. There's nothing that like super stood out to me. Also, nothing that I just flat out hated. But he was so strong the whole time, so I just enjoyed him.
I agree. He was fun. He brought the fun. And he seems like such a fun guy.
He does.
How tall? He looks tiny, though. Like, I feel like I would just want to put him in my pocket and just take him home.
Look like a small, nice little man.
Yeah, small, but like a muscle.
Small muscle.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm excited about the monologue, but let's talk about the cold open. Hey, guess what? Trump's back.
So he's gonna like read some headlines again.
Yeah, great.
Sweet.
Super. We missed it. We did not. I didn't. What did you think of this great cold open about declaring the national emergency because there's too many drugs coming across the border?
Yeah. I mean, the same as so many of these. I thought it made me laugh at times. There were a lot of funny lines in it. But I think they always just fall into that trap with Trump of just saying things that were happening. I think there were some good specifics that they called out, and they talk about it later in Update when he almost like sings a song about like all the different like, and then this will happen, and then this will happen. So I think there are a lot of good like specifics in there. But I was kind of bummed that they didn't go with something either with the press conference where it wasn't as straightforward or something with Ann Coulter, because I thought that was a huge storyline of her just calling him out on Twitter and being like, no, you're just going to talk to all the idiots in your base for the next 2 years and like ruin everything. And I was like, that would be so fun to see like a Trump versus Ann Coulter cold open. And I feel like there's just so much stuff in the news this week, and it just kind of this let me down.
Dude, I would love to see them like box each other or something. Celebrity boxing, bringing it back.
Donald Trump and Ann Coulter.
That'd be so fun. But yeah, I agree. That's all I want to say about that one.
I did. And it's the simple lines though that always make me laugh. Like when he's calling out journalists, he's just like, "Let's do a girl one."
Yeah.
And like those little things. That's the thing, is those cold opens. Even if I want more from them, they're still always gonna make me laugh. But then at the end, I'm just kind of sad too because I want more.
Yeah, because it's just like, I wish those jokes would heighten a little more. It's just like, yeah, you're doing an easy feminist joke or whatever, joke about women, and then like the whole Playboy thing. Like, we get it, but just make it crazier.
Yeah, and
Crazier than Playboy.
And that's what's so tough, where it's funny. We've been saying it, but from the beginning of this idiot's presidency, everyone's like, oh, comedians have it made. No, they don't.
Yeah.
Sketch comedy is all about, and a lot of stand-up comedy too, and you do political stuff, is all about making stuff that's normal crazy. It's already freaking crazy.
Yeah.
So it's actually a little harder, and you can tell in stuff like this, because they're just like, well, this is already kind of funny. So we can just take that low-hanging fruit and roll with it.
And just use it.
Yeah.
And it worked for Palin, but that's because, you know what, she wasn't around for 4 years.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. The monologue. I know last week we talked about there was no writing with it, you know?
Yeah.
This one, I think it was a little bit different. I kind of liked the approach of like the little Avenger jokes and then him being like, I get recognized for these things.
Yeah.
So I think they did try a little bit. I wish it went a little bit more with the photos, and wow, Leslie's hair. It's just getting higher and higher.
Right? I was like, is it just me? I think we need to do like I want to see like a height progression chart of how tall her hair has gotten.
I guess the more like the more she's in it, the more like people love her, the higher her hair becomes.
It's like a likability meter that just keeps going up and up.
Yeah. But what'd you think of the monologue?
Yeah, like to your point, I like that they actually wrote one this week. That was cool. I think it was fun just because he's such a fun dude, and you could tell he was having a lot of fun with it. He was very comfortable right off the jump, had a lot of energy. I loved the bit about how he knows what people know him from based off of their faces when they approach him.
So funny.
And it was good. Yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't anything like incredible, but it was some solid jokes. He did a great job with it. I liked the ending with Leslie. So thank you for writing a monologue this week.
Thank you.
SNL.
I just wish they mentioned Ocean's 11 and he could have done a British thing. That's all I want. I don't know why. Like, I don't even like the movie that much, but I'm like, he plays a British guy in it, and he's funny.
just to get him to do the accent again. Yeah. Let's do a super relevant Ocean's 11 sketch, guys.
Yeah. Ocean's 8 came out last year, so...
That's true.
I mean, come on.
That is true.
Yeah, it's kind of fun how good he was. Like, I like seeing serious actors do well, like, at SNL, because it's hard for, like, the Ryan Goslings, you know?
Yeah.
And... Cheadle crushed.
He just threw himself into it, as you should. Like we were saying last week, I was like, I hope that they just throw like a ton of stuff at him.
Yeah.
And they did, you know, and I feel like he's one of those guys that doesn't come in with like his people saying like, oh, he can't do this or he won't do this. Let's stay away from that. You know, like I feel like he's one of those guys that just goes in and goes balls to the wall.
Yeah. Especially the next sketch. Transitions.
Oh.
Wow.
Cheesy. What am I doing right now?
Bam bam. School shootings. Oh god.
Jesus.
No. Get it? Because the next sketch was fresh takes. It was the bunch of high school kids talking about the news. And this one, I feel like it could have been boring if he was boring, but he was having fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I think whenever they do, like, kid stuff, you know, whenever they do these kinds of, like, kids trying to be older than they are, or, like, when they do, like, the theater groups, when they're trying to, like, make statements about things, it's always fun. And I think I liked this because everyone's character, they did a good job of just giving us a little bit about it, but not too much. They didn't get weighed down in that. Like, simple things that, like, Kate's character, that she just got her braces off and she won't stop licking her teeth. And I was like, I remember doing that.
Yep. I just wish, like, I don't know, I feel like nothing will beat Wake Up Wakefield for me. You know?
I mean, nothing will ever beat that.
Right?
That is true.
I just wish they
Sheldon.
Yeah, became more of like little kids.
Yeah, that's true. And I think too, I would have loved to see a little bit more from Don Cheadle in this one, actually, because right away they set up that game and then they didn't go back to him for a long time. And I was like, wait, where'd he go?
Yeah.
You told me that was the game.
I'm waiting.
But I did like the different variations where bringing people in. 80 in the rap battle against Chris. Just getting really sad. You don't know what I'm going through.
No ending, though. I wish there was an ending. And I like the cold sore watch. That was fun.
Yeah, like, what do freshmen do on a new show? Also, amazing production value for this school.
That's what I was thinking, too, with the cold sore watch. I was like, whoa.
It's got the John King CNN board up there.
Yeah, tapping. Oh, man. Fun times. Extreme Baking Champions. Cartoon confection. This was another one. It's kind of indifferent until Kenan was a cake, which is where he belongs.
Yeah.
Not on screen.
Thank you. I would like to shake your hand right now. Yeah, I thought it was fun because it is such a like formulaic way that they do these baking shows too, of just like people being like, oh yeah, no, this was bad. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm very sorry. Like, they're always so apologetic immediately. I actually liked Leslie in this. I think that she was actually good. Sometimes, you know, when she can't be herself, that kind of character that she brings, she struggles a little bit, but I really liked her in that. Honestly, I think it worked really well up until the end. I was waiting for kind of like mayhem after Kyle's character came in with the penis line and everything.
That penis line was great. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's his penis.
Yeah, just flat out, not trying to say it's anything else. Yeah. I just love that this is one of those sketches that I feel like was for sure pitched on Monday night at like 4 a.m. after they were all really stoned and we're like, what if the cake like comes to life?
Yeah.
What if the cake comes to life at the end?
I did also like Egos.
Yeah.
Egos. British accent.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, it's good. The more I get to see her, I like her. I like the videos I've seen from her on Funny or Die. I like the stuff that she's done so far. She seems very comfortable. I'm not getting enough of her right now.
Give us more.
We want more Eggo.
Yeah.
Was that a commercial?
Lego my Eggo.
Lego my Eggo.
Bring it back to me.
I'm sure she appreciates those jokes.
Yeah.
She probably never hears them.
Probably hates it.
Super original from two comedians here.
Yeah. We're original content. Hashtag original content. The hashtag at the end, right? That's how it goes?
Sure.
Internet?
Great.
Pound Puppy. Man, I think, I gotta say, SNL this episode killed it with their digital shorts commercials. Pound Puppy is perfect. I've cat sat before, and let me tell you, midway through, you get a cat just go, meow, and everything turns cold again, you know? It's happened.
Well, it's funny because I was waiting for a button at the end for like the cat version of it or something. It's just like one quick button for the end of it, and I was kind of bummed when I didn't see that. But I thought this was hilarious.
Yeah, I did want them to go more. Like, why more dog hump? Yeah, like what you said, like a cat version that would have been perfect.
Yeah, I think the length worked really well. Because, like, again, this is one of those bits that you can only do so much with. So it was like they showed it in a couple different variations. The dogs' faces were adorable and so perfect and funny. But, yeah, I think just to tie it up with one last, like, and the addition for cats, like, one quick, like, beat for that.
That would have been perfect. Yeah. I thought it was short. I wanted more of it. So I disagrey about the length, Amy.
Well, fine then.
Yeah.
I disagree about the length. I don't.
I disagree about Yoda's length. Oh, never mind.
Ayo, not a dick joke.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Let's talk about Gary Clark.
Let's do it.
Gary Clark Jr. Are you a fan of GC?
I had only heard a little bit of GCJ, as we go by in our inner circle. I think I haven't watched a ton of his stuff, but the more that I've listened to him now, I've really been digging him. And I loved the 2 songs that he did. I was just kind of like, I was taking notes on some of the other sketches, so I just found myself just kind of sitting there and just kind of jamming out to him.
Same.
Like, I think he's going to be like writing music for me now. Like, because you can just kind of like,
yeah.
He just makes you feel like at home.
And you don't get sidetracked by being like, oh.
It's part of my process, Kelly.
Yeah. That's my version of shallow, because I'm better than Melissa. No, I'm not.
No one is better than Melissa. Were you a fan of his?
I liked it. I haven't heard of him before. I just drove past Amoeba Records like last week, and apparently he's playing there soon, or he did this week. And I was like, oh, isn't he doing SNL? Oh, I can't wait to hear what he sounds like. This is
great story, Kelly.
No, but I like the guitar riffs. It was pretty fun, and I like new music that you haven't heard in a while.
Yeah. No, he was riffing. He was riffing real hard.
Yeah, I liked it. Show me those riffs. Oh gosh, update.
Good old update.
I don't know. Oh boy, we're having fun over here.
Always having fun.
Update, Che. What did I write? What'd you think of Update? Let's talk about the jokes first, and then we'll go into the new guys.
I'm kind of wondering. Like, I feel like it's been long lately. Like, I'm okay with it because I mean, we love our boys, but I feel like it has been a bit longer lately, and they've been doing 3 guests a lot.
Yeah.
Which I almost wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that their monologues have been like 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
Until this week.
I mean, that's a possibility because people love Update, and they even had that Thursday thing, during the president.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think that's probably their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Because they used to have just 2 guests, if any guests.
That's true, yeah.
And now no matter what week, you are going to have at least a guest.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was just sometimes no guests, right?
Yeah, I feel like, especially like way further back. And if they were just short, like you would have one off, you would have Rosanna Dana come on and do her segment or whatever. But yeah, I feel like they've been doing 3 guests more frequently now.
And now they're showing video clips, which I don't think they've really done much in the past.
Yeah, which again, I think that's attributed to the buffoon sitting in the Oval Office that just kind of makes comedy for everyone without realizing it.
Yep.
And Jost has been really on point with that this year. I feel like of just kind of the commentary of clip commentary.
Yeah. I wonder if he's the one that thought of it.
Of videos.
Yeah.
He's Harvard.
What a smart guy. I did like Che being like, you know what, I'm sick of the Donald Trump jokes, because I was like, thank you. Me too. And then it was just 5 minutes of Donald Trump jokes. I was like, I thought we're done. I thought it was done.
I know, it's tough, but that's why, I mean, some of the, I did love, though, that they compared his press conference to if Schoolhouse Rock was on coke, or on crack, or no, I had a stroke. They compared him to a coke addict just in general, and then, if Schoolhouse Rock had a stroke.
Yeah. A non-Trump joke I enjoyed was the Ryan Adams one. And once again, another white musician copying a black one about having sex with an underage kid. Let me tell you guys something about Ryan Adams. He does not tip for Postmates, okay? So he could he could frig off.
So, I mean, that's basically,
Sorry.
Probably not the worst thing he's done as far as we know at this point.
Oh,
but,
for sure. But,
I mean, it's right up there, tipping on Postmates.
Getting vegan donuts, making the person wait like 7 minutes for you to open the door, and then you don't tip. I don't know who delivered to him, but she's probably so mad.
Super
telling
pissed.
Strangers on a podcast.
I do have to say, I loved for one of the Trump jokes that was great, though, the way that he just kept saying many walls in that press conference, which so on point. It was hard to watch that press conference, but I loved that it's like having a bibliography section that just says many books. Or many walls, many stats. I have many stats. Many stats. I have better stats than your stats. Many stats.
Tommy, the wall building ladder guy, the wall builder.
Yeah,
he's like,
Pete.
it's just we build a ladder. That's fun.
Whoops.
And then let's get into the guests. Schumer
do
and
it.
Pelosi. Gloat more, babies. I wanted them to go harder with it, right?
Same.
Yeah.
I kind of thought at the beginning when they were just kind of like easing into it and trying to be like, no, like you said you weren't going to do this. Like, I really wanted it to just keep going from there. But it was fun seeing them just kind of like giggle and like play fight with each other. Like, no.
Yeah.
I thought that their chemistry together on it was great. And I always love when Alex does Schumer. Mm-hmm. That's always really good.
He's fun.
He adds a little creep factor to it, too, the way that Kate does to so many of her characters. Mm-hmm. Like, he just makes them so, like, saucy, but also kind of creepy at the same time.
Yeah. Pretty fun. Jules, who sees things differently. I didn't write much notes about him. What did you think about Jules?
I think he sees things differently.
Yeah.
I wish that they did more what they did last time. I loved so much how much Colin hated him the first time he did it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was just so fun to see Colin just like truly hate a guest.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really fun game that they didn't do as much this time, which I was kind of bummed about. But I love this character just because like it's just so specific in everything, all of his words that he's using, all of his stories that he's telling. But also, it's always really impressive to me when the pacing of a character like this is on update, because so many characters are just kind of like really quick and like high energy. And it takes a lot to slow down and to make sure you're giving like certain jokes and certain lines time to breathe. Yeah. And he does a really good job of it where he kind of keeps it moving, but he gives those moments where he needs to. Yeah. He's fun. I also like his little douchey scarf.
Right? I love the costumes on SNL. So good. Here's my favorite, Mort Fellner. Just give me a guy dressed up as an old man and let him do it well. Like, I love the old man voice, and I love all the bits like he joined Hamilton. They're all dead. I love it. Because that's how I'm going to be when I'm old. Just cynical and hopefully having a crazy voice.
Yeah, that voice. I love that a lot of times when dudes do like an old guy voice, they go deep and just kind of like gruff. And he went the exact opposite.
I love it. So good. Family Feud. You remember when Family Feud, it was killer on SNL? Yes. I feel like now it's just like, here's a line of an impression that you do. You don't even do it that well. Yeah. That's it. Oh, and hey, Melissa was great last episode, a week ago, as Lady Gaga. Bring her back.
So I was like, as soon as I saw that come up, Oscars edition, I was like, oh, cool. So they're doing this because they're like, oh, yeah, we finally realized Melissa's amazing and everyone's paying attention to her.
Ride that Melissa train.
Seriously. Yeah, you're right, though. They used to be better. And I think I've said it on this show before. When they want to do vehicles for impressions, I am so much more a fan of like the like uncut, like the auditions. Yeah.
Me too.
Where they do the auditions for them, or just like any behind the scenes stuff like that. Because that's all this is. There's no real, like, the jokes that Steve Harvey is telling, and they're not, they're like stupid jokes. It's still all for the impressions. So I wish they would just do that more instead of just beating this to death, doing this so often.
Yeah.
And for no reason.
Dumb.
But I will say Cecily's Olivia Colman.
I was going to say, so good.
So good. And so on point, too. I feel like she probably would just be like, yeah, I've won 2 Golden Globes. Don't worry. You don't have to know me. It's fine. I'm pissed.
She's great in Broadchurch, Olivia Colman.
Oh, God, she is.
So good. I like the Glenn Close thing, too, in the beginning, like the dramatic thing.
Yeah.
Everybody else, whatever, Whatever. Roach X, which honestly, my favorite of the night. I love, first of all, the digital short commercials are the best, but I love when they twist it on it, and it becomes like, I love when they have different tones, like they change the tone completely, like this is a commercial for Roach thing, but it's a dramatic soap opera. It's perfect. I love it. I love that the son killed the Roach.
Oh my God.
So good. Like Don Cheadle killing it.
Yep.
What'd you think of it?
Yeah, same. When you just see the spray come from behind him and you see the kid come into frame, into focus. They do so well with these like really kind of epic productions that they put into 3 to 4 minute sketches and make it so well done and so true to the style of whatever they're doing. I'm really always impressed with their editing team and whoever is directing on these, because they do it in so many different like film styles and genres, and they nail it so perfectly every time. Because like you said, this was such a dramatic buildup to the kid just spraying the Roach. Like I thought it was great. Yeah. And Don Cheadle,
so good.
why was he so good at like curling up like a dead roach?
He's method, dude. He lived with roaches. No, I don't know. I just like, I wonder how that gets pitched. Like, all right, we're gonna make a parody of a commercial, but what film genre have we not done, or what film genre should we do? Like, maybe, because it does seem like that.
That's true.
Like, I don't know, pretty cool.
It does. And hey, actually, speaking of genres, before we jump into the next sketch, I did want to take just one quick moment to thank everyone watching and listening and helping make us the ESPN of TV Talk. As you guys know, we obviously do the SNL show on the Comedy Channel, but we have a ton of different channels. So genres, see that segue? It was nice. I know. But for us to continue to grow and to do more of these shows, talking about all the different genres across the board that we do, sci-fi, comedy, dramas, reality, everything, we obviously need your help. We need you to keep tuning in, like us on YouTube, give us all the stars on iTunes. I believe there's 5 of them. If you can give 6, I'm sure you should.
More.
But yeah, rate us on iTunes. Make sure you're commenting. Let us know what you're thinking in the chats, especially if you like us. Getting to come in and do SNL shows all the time and just like giggle and talk about sketches is so much fun. Even when I have to do it with Kelly. Obviously, you can tell how we're having a terrible time with this. But
we hate each other.
this is all an act. So we just wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for showing all the love and support. Please continue to do so. And then, we can keep putting on these shows, doing some more content for you and having fun with it.
Yeah. Good one, Amy.
Thanks, Kelly.
Can't wait for this to be over. The Regal Promenade Pavilion, these never get old for me. Just a commercial about a crappy place.
Yeah. But
it's a character thing.
Yeah.
It's just them and specificity. We've got loose outlets. You can't even put your charger in. Well, taxis. We're right across where taxis go to sleep.
Yes. I love that.
Oh, so good. They're the best.
Yeah.
80. You're Amy.
I am.
I get it. Okay. 80 and Kate. What did you think of the Regal Promenade Pavilion?
They have such great chemistry together.
Yeah.
I love the two of them. Yeah, like you said, whenever it's like just like a really low budget or like garbage product or store or whatever, and they're doing an ad for it, such a great device for character work.
Yeah.
Such a great device for it. And seeing Don Cheadle come in as just an equally crappy DJ, who's, how did he pronounce bar mitzvah? I have it for Matt Bitznut or
and
something.
he was a chef too, right?
Yeah,
he
and so he just keeps coming and he's just terrible at everything.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fun, and for an end of the night sketch, really good.
I like usually, not usually, but a lot of times they'll save their best sketch, but it's like wacky for the end. I'll never forget the Peter Sarsgaard. That was like the last sketch of the night, and that was the best sketch.
It's solid.
Because it was during SARS. You remember SARS? I don't know.
Good old SARS.
Yeah. Let's go to your special segment. Hey,
right.
Break down the fight song sketch for us, Amy.
Oh, I will. This was such a fun sketch to me, and I think at face value it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on because it's silly. So much of it has to do with their movements and everything, the way that they're dancing. But I think that's why this sketch stood out to me, is that they didn't do the same thing over and over and over again, which is what usually happens in a sketch like this. They find something, they're like, oh, it's funny, they're tough guys dancing, let's just have them dance, and that's all they write.
Yeah.
But the fact that they kept going back to like their interpretations of the song while they were dancing, and he's like, nah, that's what this means when he talks about sucking the lollipop. And then going into like them asking for the name of the song and the spelling of the artist so they can look it up later. Yeah. And like, I think they did a good job of changing it up enough where it didn't just seem like you were watching the same thing over and over and over again, while they brought in the physical aspect of it. Because a lot of times they always do one or the other. They'll really escalate something, but then they don't add in enough other elements to it. There's no physicality to it. Or vice versa. It's all just physicality. And it's just like, cool, that's a great performance, but there's nothing really to back it up. I thought this was a really, really good mix of both of them. And God, they were so on point in the beats of it too. So execution-wise, they really nailed each one of the beats, and Mikey just kind of interjecting every once in a while. And I'm also just a big sucker for like
dance numbers.
If there's like a really crazy dance number at the end, I'm into it. Especially if there's no reason for it. Super into it. Yeah. And Heidi coming back over with her little
ribbon thing.
Her and Mikey waving that around. So I just thought this was fun and silly, but also like an actually still a well-written sketch too.
And they all committed hard, which was fun.
Yeah.
And especially for dance numbers. Commit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you gotta go for it. And Cheadle got some moves. Him and Beck.
What isn't he good at?
Apparently nothing. God. Well, maybe being a chef and a DJ.
Yeah. Well, that could just be a character choice, Amy. It's a scene. It's a sketch.
This is blowing my mind.
I've got some news and gossip, but it's stuff you probably already know.
TV News.
The Pen 15 is out on Hulu now. I heard it's pretty fun. Haven't watched it yet, but it's produced by The Lonely Island.
Yeah.
You know, Jorma Taccone, Akiva Schaffer, and Andy Samberg. They used to be on SNL. They're pretty great. They made a movie called Pop Star. Have you heard of it?
I never have. I feel like you've never brought this up before.
Chris Red's in it.
Interesting. Yeah. I will have to check it out.
And also, Pete Davidson is in What Men Want, and he plays a really fun character. That he's not in it that much. He's in it enough where you're gonna laugh a lot at him.
Nice.
And I don't want to give away the surprise what he is, but it's pretty fun. And that's the news and gossip.
Well, and I know we were talking earlier too about. I feel like we should just add a segment onto the news and gossip segment.
Yeah.
Called the Kenan Tracker.
Oh yeah.
To see what.
Thanks, Brie.
Thanks, Brie. To see what he is doing towards getting away from SNL, because it's taken him 15 years to book anything else, and now he is. Thank God other people are liking him, because right now he has a pilot at NBC that was picked up. He's bringing back All That. He's going to be producing on that, which I loved him on All That. Mm-hmm. I could maybe actually like him again.
Yeah.
And then isn't he working on a third?
He's a host for The World's Greatest.
That's right.
Or a judge.
Yes.
With, I think Chris, I'm not sure if it's Chrissy Teigen. Some singer, him, and somebody else. And then Amanda Seales is the host, who's a comedian.
Perfect. So he has 3 projects in the works. I feel like this could be the end.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, listen, he was The Voice, and Family Feud.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
Yeah, and especially for the Halsey episode, he was really heavily used in that one. So yeah, let's fingers crossed, guys.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
No
I don't
more
care if you
Kenan.
love Kenan.
He's had its time, babe. His time, baby.
Yeah.
Get him off.
Open up that spot for someone else.
Yes, please. SNL's taking a little breaksies, I think probably because the Oscars. I'm not sure if you've heard of them. They're like a big show.
Is this for music?
I can't keep a straight face because you're so good at doing it. Yeah, the Academy Awards next week. But it's coming back March 2nd. Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I love Thomas Rhett. No, that's a musical guest. I'm sure he's great. John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super excited to see him come back. And he just did last season, right? Or was it the year before?
I think it was last season.
That's what I was gonna say. It felt really fresh, and I'm very excited to see him come back.
Please bring Stefan back again.
I hope so.
Yeah, or his friend. He plays his friend.
Yeah, he's Stefan's friend. Yeah.
Oh God, I can't wait. But it's probably gonna disappoint me. No, it's not. It's gonna be great.
I hope he brings some of his characters. I hope he brings some of his original characters in there, and he'll actually write the monologue. So
Yeah.
we'll get a monologue again.
I love when a stand-up comes on because the monologue's usually good. Oh man, but that was fun. Don Cheadle killing it.
Yes.
Until next time, Amy, where can we find you?
Kelly, you can find me at Amy Maestri on Twitter and Instagram.
Awesome. Fantastic. You could find me, Kelly McInerney, at Holly Weirdo on Twitter and Instagram.
And also, actually, if you guys are a Russian Doll fan, I'm going to be covering, we're starting that, episodes 1 and 2. Following this episode, we're going to be doing it at 7 o'clock Pacific, so super excited.
Follow her.
Ex-SNL, Amy Poehler, creating it with Natasha Lyonne, so definitely if you're a fan of that, check it out.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.